Oh, hi Bing. How are you going with your inspectigating about whether Jesus is a king worth following?
Well, Leslie, Inspector Bing has made some good progress.
Excellent.
I've even found some smelly socks to add to my collection. These ones smell like they've been worn by Pastor Jayan.
Oh.
And they've been to India and back.
Oh, that's really gross, Bing. But don't tell me about socks. Tell me about what you found out about Jesus being your king. Is he a king worth following?
Well, Leslie, in all my Inspector Binging I have found out 5 clues. 1, 2, what?
You can use some of my fingers.
Ooh, thank you, Leslie. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5 clues.
5 clues.
Okay.
Okay, let me get the first one.
Yep.
Clue number 1.
Thank you.
Jesus has some good news to tell us.
Jesus has good news to tell us. Fantastic. Clue number
Clue
1.
number 2.
Thank you.
Jesus must be pretty special because smelly fishermen just give up their jobs and start to follow him.
Yeah, Jesus is pretty special. They just left everything and followed him. You're right. Absolutely.
Clue number 3.
What's that?
Paralyzed guys can't walk. And also, they can't find the front door. But they can get to Jesus by going through the roof.
Yeah, that was a pretty amazing story that Johnson's told us.
Yeah, and they also made a big mess.
Yeah.
Let me get my 4th clue.
Okay.
Here it is. Oh, it's a big one.
Whoa.
Clue number 5. You got it? It's
Yeah.
heavy.
Thank you.
Jesus even loves and welcomes rotten, stinking tax collectors and calls them to follow him.
What has that got to do with this mat, Bing?
Oh no, it's the wrong one. I'm sorry, Leslie. It's actually clue number 4.
Oh, okay, let's try again.
Okay. Pretend that I'm looking through stuff. Got it. It's the same clue, but Jesus must be someone special if he can forgive sins and make a paralyzed man walk again.
Ah.
There we go.
Yeah. He made the paralysed man walk and he forgave his sins. He doesn't need his mat anymore.
There we go. Yeah. Okay.
Fantastic.
Last clue. Clue number 5.
Oh, what's this?
Jesus even loves and welcomes rotten, stinking tax collectors and calls them to follow him.
Yeah, that's right. He even calls tax collectors to follow him, so he's pretty special. I think you've done a great job, Inspector Bing. You found out some really important things about Jesus. And you're right, he is someone special who is worth following. And he had some good news to tell us. Do you remember that song that the kids sang earlier? Sin messes everything up? Well, that's why Jesus came, because sin messes everything up. You know, he came to show us that we could be forgiven for all those times when we ignore God, or we tell lies, or we're not kind to people, and we do the wrong things and it messes our lives up, messes the whole world up. But Jesus died on the cross so that we could be forgiven. Bing! Wake up!
Sorry, Leslie.
Wake up, it's the most important news. Jesus is a king. We can be forgiven like the tax collector and the paralysed man.
Yeah, Leslie, sorry. But it really is good news.
It is fantastic news, the best news ever.
But Leslie,
Yeah.
what is so good about the good news? That we can be forgiven and loved by God and welcomed into his family.
Yeah, that's right. That is the good news.
Ah.
It's a really good news. That's why Jesus is a king worth following. Hi, Bing. Hi, Bella.
Hi there, Lala. Let me tell you what Inspector Bing has discovered about this king, Jesus. He really is a king worth following. I think he might even like smelly socks and sucking on snails and munching on fish eyes and I'm doing this.